Okay, in yesterday's class, I asked you guys to learn about the various layers of Earth's atmosphere. So yes, Ali should go first in almost all questions. Then it will be the chance of Musab, then followed by Arfasha. Okay. So Ali, how many layers do Earth have in its atmosphere?
Earth has 5 layers and they are named troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere and exosphere.
Okay, these are the 5 layers. Can you tell me about the troposphere?
Troposphere is 0 to 12 kilometers above Earth's surface.
Okay.
And the weathers are in troposphere and also the clouds.
So the weather phenomenon occurs in troposphere and the clouds are also formed in troposphere.
Yeah.
So that means the clouds are only
12
around 8 to 10, 12 kilometers maximum height. It doesn't go beyond that. Okay. And what else?
Stratosphere.
No. Can you tell me more about troposphere? Any more points?
Troposphere. Ali, you're almost right that troposphere is 0 to 15. It's 0 to 15,
Okay.
not 12.
Yeah. The definition might change. Okay, but what else can you add about troposphere?
Well, aeroplanes can also fly in this layer, but they don't prefer to. They prefer
Why don't they prefer in troposphere?
because the air is thicker, so it's harder for them to move.
Okay.
The next
The next.
stratosphere. Mom also needs to say
Can
about
you
troposphere.
do you want to add anything about troposphere? No. Okay.
The stratosphere is the third layer. No, second layer of Earth's atmospheric layers, and that's where planes prefer to fly
Why do planes prefer to fly in stratosphere?
because they can move fast in stratosphere.
Why they can move fast? Can you explain me?
Because there is I don't know. Oh, because the air is thinner in stratosphere.
The air is thinner. He's right.
Yes.
So why is the air thinner in the stratosphere and thicker in
I know.
troposphere? Yeah.
Because I don't know. Mom, you can go on now. Go on.
You can try. You know that. Yesterday I think we discussed about this one.
Just now you said that.
Yes.
Because it's heavier. The air. I know. Oxygen and nitrogen are one of heaviest. What can I say? Air molecules. That's why they go down. Otherwise, helium and hydrogen are one of the lightest. Hydrogen is the lightest. That's why it floats up.
No, but this doesn't answer the question, does it?
Dad is asking why is air
Dad, he is telling about the
Which gases are
helium
heavier and gas?
hydrogen.
Okay.
I
Can you-
think of something.
Can you tell me why is troposphere heavier?
because of the presence of
Because of pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Dad, I have.
Very good. So
Dad,
because
I have a thing to say.
yes,
He said about hydrogen and helium, and I think this is real. That Saturn is made up of hydrogen and helium. Then, if we had a tub big as Saturn and water was in it, Saturn will float.
drinking water.
maybe.
Yeah,
This-
it will. Yes, it will. Because it is the lowest, what can I say, volumed planet?
Yeah, but
Lowest
But-
weight planet.
yeah, but are you not comparing two different things? You are. How do you put
I
gases
think
in the
he
water?
heard about that fact.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's check.
Let's check it on
Okay.
Copilot.
No. We'll do it later. But let's continue. So
So
he
we
was
move to mesosphere.
no. The important point to discuss here was about the air heavier, and he answered it correctly, Musab, that it's due to the pressure. That means the molecules above it are pressurizing,
I know.
creating,
Can I-
and also gravity.
Can I explain?
Yeah.
The gravity is, pulling the air gases down, and the upper ones are also pushing down.
Yes.
So most of the gas is down
Exactly.
in troposphere.
I think that's very beautifully you answered this one.
Then let's move.
No,
to,
stratosphere. Can you add something more about
I
stratosphere?
don't know. I can't.
Musab.
Well, I can't.
One interesting fact about stratosphere.
Yes.
Stratosphere is the home to ozone layer.
Oh, I almost forgot.
90%
it
of
is
ozone
90%.
layer
Yeah,
is present
90%.
in stratosphere.
Okay. No. Just wait 1 minute. Before going forward to other layers, let me ask you one question.
Okay, ask us anything.
In troposphere, consider in troposphere, if we are on the ground, and troposphere is from surface to 15 kilometers, right? 0 to 15 kilometers makes troposphere. So if we are above standing on the 0 kilometer, that is on the surface of the earth, will we feel more heat, or if we go above like 1.2 kilometers above the surface?
I know. If
No, let's only try for this one.
we will feel heat,
Where the temperature will be higher and where it will be lower.
it will be lower in space.
We are not talking about space, we are talking about troposphere. Musab, can you try?
Okay, it is lower on the ground than on the 1.1 kilometer or something. Why you are asking? Because he said it's 15 kilometers above. Then how come he is saying 1.1?
No, I asked him around if we are about 1 kilometer high from the ground.
1
Will it be-
kilometer
yes,
will
one.
be hotter because the sun is near.
No,
The 1 kilometer.
no. I think
don't
just
think the sun is near because we are not traveling in sun's direction.
Okay, so where the temperature will be higher?
Temperature,
In the-
yeah, of
in the
course,
west
we travel
hemisphere,
in
in the west
sun's
hem-
direction.
In the west
hemisphere.
hemisphere. In the west hemisphere.
The temperature will be higher near the ground.
Ground, yes.
Yeah.
So how come you are saying if we are near the sun, it will be higher?
Close
I am
to
asking.
the, I am telling close.
No, I asked you a question that if we are 1 kilometer above the troposphere and if we are standing on the
I understood your
surface.
question. I was not answering your question. That he said that because sun will be closer. So I said that it's. I was telling about space that we are going up. That means
No,
we are
you are
not going in
answering
sun's
some other
direction.
question which was not asked. So, no. We will feel more heat
Near the
When we
ground.
are
near the ground. Why? Why?
Why?
Give me reason.
I know. Because of the greenhouse gases present in the earth.
The greenhouse gases are also
atmosphere
involved.
traps the heat, and our Earth's surface reflects the.
Sunlight, and due to the process of convection, that is the surface itself is hot, it will
And
convect the
also
heat, it will make it
moon
hot.
reflects the light.
Yes, but it's irrelevant. Yes.
Mesosphere.
No. Let's discuss this phenomenon. Now we are saying that if we are standing on the surface, it's hotter, and if we go like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, it's cooler, right?
But why?
Like that's the reason if we go to the places with higher altitudes, like when we go to Taif, we find the temperature is a bit cooler than what we feel in Makkah or in Jeddah,
But
because
why?
it's unhand. Why? I think we
You are
already
ready to
answered it.
answer, and you are
Yes.
asking why.
Mom already answered for this one because of the convection and due to the atmospheric pressure and the lot of trapped heat. This is the phenomenon. Okay, and also when the air goes upside, the hot air goes upside, it expands and it loses its heat. It is called as, that process is called as,
Convection.
no.
Yeah.
The process in which hot air loses its heat and becomes cooler.
Vaporization.
No, loses its
In vaporization.
heat and becomes cooler is called as,
Humidity.
Humidity.
no, it's
Evaporation.
no. I will give you one hint. I told these guys about this one. Adilabad.
Yes.
What?
It
Yes.
is hot because
No. A-
Adi
Yeah, yeah.
Adi Lat Adi
yeah, close. Adiabatic
adiabatic phenomenon.
phenomenon. Where this is the process where the hot air rises up. What is the principle of hot air and cooler air? Can you please tell?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Musab.
That
Ollie.
hot air is lighter than cold air.
Hot air is lighter than cold air. That means when the hot air is lighter, it will raise up. When it raises up, it expands due to the, why it expands? Adiabatic process. But why does it expand?
What?
Because it loses its
No, here another
because
important.
it loses its heat.
No, why does it lose its heat? Why does it expand? Why does, when the hot air from the below it rises to up?
Pressure.
I need to
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there are less molecules, it has more space to expand.
Yeah.
It expands and it loses its heat and it becomes cooler. Okay.
I want water.
So this was the this was the main point that we discussed, that when we are near the Earth's surface, it's hotter. Okay.
Yes.
And when we are in 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, it gets cooler.
Yes.
So the next day, this was the phenomenon in stratosphere.
Yes.
So which layer is the between stratosphere and troposphere, which layer is hotter? Which layer is hotter?
What?
Between troposphere and stratosphere, which layer is hotter?
Ozone.
Stratosphere is hotter? He is saying stratosphere. You are saying
Troposphere.
troposphere. And you?
I know it. It bounces off in it, and the hot air expands up. When it bounces the air, it gets hotter.
Yes, no.
Troposphere, because as troposphere includes Earth's surface, so maybe troposphere is hotter
No, you are
No,
wrong.
stratosphere.
because of
He
weather
is right.
phenomenon.
No, whether the phenomenon occurs in troposphere, not in the stratosphere.
Oh.
Weather phenomenon occurs in troposphere, not in the stratosphere. One thing. The second thing, we were discussing about the property that when we are moving higher, like when we are near to Earth, it was hotter. When we are moving higher, it was getting cooler. But
Again.
now, again, Musavi is saying that in stratosphere it's hotter.
Yeah.
And he is right. It is hotter because here it changes the property. Why? Because of ozone. He gave another right answer. 2 right answers. But why he was wrong? Ozone layer, what it does? What is the property of ozone layer? Can someone?
Protection from UV rays.
Yes. How does it protect from UV rays? Protect gives.
It
Reflects back the.
Yeah, it absorbs the UV rays. Okay, it absorbs and reflects back, which makes, yes, the UV rays are very hot. When it's reflecting and absorbing so much quantity of ultraviolet radiation and protecting the troposphere and the things below us, that is protecting us, it's making the stratosphere very hot.
So that means it's not the general principle that on ground you'll be hot and then. So
Yes, this is.
changes.
And yes, again, I will come back to this point again. So here, this is why I was asking you to focus more on troposphere and the relation, because it keeps on changing. You cannot assume anything in generality. Everything has, unless we have studied about it. Okay?
So that I got 3 right answers.
Yes, very good. Very good. Okay. So anything more to add about stratosphere?
No. How many I got?
You already told that the planes prefer to fly in the stratosphere? Why do planes prefer? Yes.
Because the air is thinner.
Air is thinner. That means it needs less fuel consumption, less energy.
Less power.
Okay. So, Ali, the third.
Yes. The third one. Mesosphere.
Okay.
Mesosphere. I know. I will tell.
Yes. Tell me about mesosphere.
Mesosphere is the third layer of atmospheric layers,
Okay.
and mesosphere is about 50 to 85 kilometers above the Earth
Okay.
surface,
Okay. Very good. 2 points.
and mesosphere. I don't know anything about now.
Mesosphere. Okay. Can you add anything about mesosphere? Please leave the phone.
Yeah.
Mesosphere.
You call it mesosphere, and metaphysics is the snakes.
Is it the layer above stratosphere?
Yes.
Yeah.
If we are in mesosphere, that means we are in space.
No, if
No.
we are
It's only
above
about 50
the
kilometers. 30 to 50
exosphere,
kilometers?
No,
if
50
we
to
are
85.
above 6,200 kilometers, then we will be in space.
No.
Wait,
No.
scientist, I know a thing.
Okay.
Scientist does not know where the space starts from, but it's termed that it can start from the thermosphere, which is the fourth
layer. Very good. And when we go to thermosphere, we will learn about it. Okay. We'll talk about thermosphere.
Mesosphere.
So nothing to add. So Ali told us 2 points. That is mesosphere. Mesosphere is the second layer and
Third layer.
third layer and
And I don't know.
no, you added one more point.
Kilometers.
Yes, you said it's from 50 to 85 kilometers. Okay, 50 to 85 kilometers. These yes.
Now I can start the thermosphere.
No. We are still in mesosphere. What the third point?
That space does not come from mesosphere.
No. No, I don't consider
Very
that
slow.
to be about. So 2 points we learned about mesosphere. It's from 50 to 85, and it's the third layer. And no, I know about it, and I want to ask you again. So we started with the troposphere. That on the surface it was hotter. When we were rising, it was getting cooler, right?
But mesosphere is very cold.
Yes, please. Okay. So when we were getting higher, it was getting cooler. But when we went to stratosphere,
It's again hot.
it became hotter due to the UV radiation. What is the property of mesosphere then? Is it the same? What does happens in the mesosphere? Okay, let me tell you about the mesosphere's special property, that it's the coolest layer. It's the coolest layer. This is because of the less molecules. It's very cool because of the very less air.
But then exosphere should be the cold
No,
because it has very.
No, when we reach to exosphere, I will tell. So what's happening? Troposphere first it was hotter. When it became cooler. Then stratosphere became hotter. Then the mesosphere it became cooler again. And there is one more very special thing that I want you to understand about mesosphere. When the meteorites
Yes,
hit-
meteorites get burned in mesosphere. No,
Very good. Yes.
But they
I was
burn
thinking,
in thermosphere because the thermosphere is very hot. So they eventually burn in thermosphere.
I too think so, but I need to verify this point. But I think what I read about mesosphere was that
But Dad, we
in
watched
mesosphere.
a video today, and Dr. Bainak said that, and the co-pilot said that too. That
In mesosphere it burns, yeah, because of the icy particles. It's very cool, and due to the friction,
and that there is a cool.
why it doesn't when I go to the exosphere, I will explain to you why the meteoroids doesn't burn in the
Thermosphere.
exosphere, not thermosphere. It's coming from above.
Okay. Why
It's not
they need
burning? Why in the mesosphere it's burning up? Okay. Now I'm telling you about the mesosphere because of the friction that is caused by these tiny icy particles in the. It's very cool, and the friction starts directly from the mesosphere, and that's the reason they start burning in the mesosphere. Okay, so we got 4 points for the mesosphere. Everyone understood?
Yes.
It's cooler, it causes the friction.
Meteorites to burn.
Yes.
It's the third layer, and it's
50 to 85 kilometer. Okay, so let's now move on to the okay let Musab. Okay, let him
Oh,
no Ali, let him give chance. Okay,
the thermosphere is the hottest layer.
okay, what again, properties changing, why? Okay, 1 point. Okay.
Why it's hottest?
Hmm.
Well, I don't know why it's hot, but one thing is for sure that it is the hottest layer. But Dad, we forgot 2 points. I know those 2 points.
Add.
It's the fourth layer of the atmosphere, and it's the fourth layer, and it's 600 kilometers away from Earth's surface.
So 85 to 600. So you guys told. Let's summarize. You guys told us that what is this exosphere starts?
Thermosphere.
Okay. We are still in thermosphere. So thermosphere starts from 85 to it reaches up to 600 kilometers. Point number 1. It's the fourth layer. Point number 2. Point number 3.
The hottest, she said.
It's the hottest.
I don't know why I said.
And okay, it's the hottest. Okay. Another thing. Okay. Now let me ask you, why is it hottest?
Why is it? I don't know. Why?
And let me tell you one of the most special property about the thermosphere. Despite being hottest, you will not feel the heat. If you guys remember, I told you about corona and coronal mass injections.
Because the
And the
mesosphere is cooling it up.
No. If anyone of you remember when I spoke about corona and the sun's atmosphere, sun's the surface, how much is the surface temperature of sun?
50,000.
Maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe. I think it was in thousands. Okay, 5,000 or 4,000, 5,000, 50,000 maximum. Okay. Then what is the surface temperature? What is the temperature in the corona? Millions of degrees.
3.1 million.
Why is corona more hotter than the surface of the sun itself? If you remember.
Because the molecules.
Okay, what? Okay, this
Winds.
Solar wind.
Winds. Okay, I will keep it as
And
as an assignment question to you. Okay, let's not discuss because we are digressing in too many things now. We will get distracted again. We have.
I want to tell one thing. Thermosphere has auroras. It is a
Very good. Nice point you added. Okay.
I added that.
Both of you added. Okay.
Singing.
Okay. So very good. Both of you very good. Okay.
Let's move.
No. So there is one more thing to talk about the thermosphere. The space starts in thermosphere.
As I said the correct that space.
Yes.
starts in thermosphere.
Because according to the International Aeronautical Association's definitions, the definition of NASA, the space starts from 100 kilometers. So that means thermosphere is starting from 85 to 600. So once we are in thermosphere above 100 kilometers, the space starts.
Yeah.
And again, let me explain the main thing. Why, despite being hotter, we still don't feel the heat? Because of the
Magnetic.
the thermosphere is the region. Why it's hotter? Because it's the region which receives most amount of ultraviolet radiation. Okay, that's the reason it's hotter. Why we will not feel the heat is because of the same thing exactly that is happening in the
Earth. surface.
Surface, yeah, exactly. In here,
It's not reflecting. There's nothing.
no, the particles, the molecules are very sparse. It's spread out. So maybe there are 4 or 5 particles if they are very hot, but they are spread out.
I remember.
Like
You
I will give you an example for the
said
best.
about the laddus in.
Understand more about this. So I think it should suffice. We will not waste more time in this one. We are running out of time. We are already very late. So this was about thermosphere. Tell me about exosphere. Ali.
Ma, I will start. Exosphere is the 5th layer of the atmospheric layer, and it's 6,200 kilometers above the Earth's surface. I mean 600 to 6,200.
Okay.
I got a special one.
Okay.
That
Add.
satellites are present
Very
in
good.
the exosphere, and
Yes.
the ISS International Space Station is also present in exosphere.
Exosphere, very good, very good. And actually, the end of the exosphere is not very clearly defined. It's not till only this from. It's as you said, it starts from 600 kilometers, but it can go to 10,000 kilometers. And after this layer, the space starts. So it's the layer where space merges with the Earth's atmosphere. And there are satellites present in this, and there are many other points to discuss. But
If we float in exosphere, we'll be able to see the satellites zooming.
yes, if you are near. Okay.
So
I think,
this was it.
I think this was a good session. You guys learned very well about it. Keep on learning and try to learn more about sun also.